Many thanks to Chris Goldfinger. Tonight we've got it popping off, kicking off the show with High Contrast. Biggest drum and bass tune of last year. We've got Calibre in the house. Enough said. It's Fabio's Radio 1. This is how we do.
The Radio 1 drum and bass show with Fabio. Radio 1.
In the next 2 hours, we'll take you on a musical journey deep into the world of drum and bass. Are you with us? Are you really with us? Let's go! It's drum and bass time! Fabio on Radio 1.
There's no other place for drum and bass.
Spaceless and timeless and such loveliness.
Contrast voted the biggest tune of last year at the Drum and Bass Awards last month, and respectfully so. Bad tune, great way to kick off the show. The spring-summer collection is in full bloom right now, and we've got a heavy show tonight. As per usual, many thanks to Chris Goldfinger. Wonderful show, Chris. That's how we do. Tonight on the show, one of my favourite producers, one of the great drum and bass producers of all time. And that's not said lightly, this is the truth, this fact. Calibre is joining me in the studio. The man from Belfast is up in the place in around 20 minutes' time. We've got the Radio 1 and 1 Extra drum and bass chart top 10. D&B on the BBC, your chance to check out other shows who play drum and bass. And I think this is a wonderful thing that we do. Tonight we have the mighty Zane Lowe showing us his favourite drum and bass track at the moment. More of your Facebook shouts. It is going large. Facebook is going crazy right now. So we're going to be giving you some love. And of course, the spring-summer collection. And we carry on in the right vein, the right mood, the right flavour. From the wonderful digital Soundboy label, Marcus Visionary, very underrated producer. His biggest moment yet. A change is gonna come. It's Fabio, it's Radio 1. This is how we do. Saturday night, Sunday morning, people.
little tan. And just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know a change gon' come. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know a change gon' come. Life is hard, sometimes you feel blue with the things on your mind that you're going through. It'll be okay when it's said and done. A change gon' come. A change gon' come. I know that life is hard, sometimes you feel blue with things on your mind that you're going through. It'll be okay when it's said and done. A change gon' come. Change gon' come.
Yeah, we've got a heavy show tonight, for real. The sound of Marcus Visionary, Change, of course, the original done by Sam Cooke. Reminds me of my mum, that tune. Bad tune. Right, we have the Radio 1 Drum and Bass Show fan site. If you've not done so, check out the Radio 1 Drum and Bass Show with Fabio, the fan site. Of course, you can check out my video diary, everything from me to Andy C to Jonny L to Eveson. Everybody's on there having a bit of laugh and a joke. And we're going to do one with Calibre tonight as well. And time for some shouts. Everyone who's hit us up during the week on Facebook, because it's going crazy, people. You know what? I asked for a bit more effort last week and I'm getting it. I'm getting the love. Kirsty Peters in West Midlands, Gary Collins in London, Tom Jameson in the University of Manchester, Mikey Moore in Edinburgh, Reuben Hind in Wales, Paul Rupertinger in Midlands, Scott Morrison in Scotland, Martin Lee in Bristol, Florian Hulig in Bremen, Germany. This is international love we're talking about now. Robin Kenyon in Kansas City, Kevin Wells in Minnesota, Rennie Onen in Toronto, Russ Erickson in Colombia, Joe Mirabile in Bridgewater State, and last but not least, Matt Verone in New York. If you're not joined yet, go to my page at bbc.co.uk/Radio1 and click onto Facebook and you can get involved with my world. As I said before, Calibre's coming up real soon. Also, got to give out some love to Xavier down there in Toronto, who said nice things about the Blame Show last week. And I got a lot of people hitting me up about that. And I think Paula Taylor, she gave me some love. Great show last week with Blame. Catch that on Listen Again. Spring Summer Collection tonight. We've got the mighty Calibre coming up. I can't wait. Very excited about that. Time to take you up. Omni Trio. This is a naughty remix. No names mentioned. Can't blow no one up. It's Fabio. It's Radio 1.
Radio 1.
Calibre In settled, so we're gonna do our thing with him in around 5 to 10 minutes time. But before that, we've got the official One Extra on Radio 1 D&B Chart rundown. This week we have 3 new entries. We've got 2 non-movers, 3 going down, 2 going up. Time to hit those buttons, baby.
10.
Number 10. Last week's number 6. Roni Size, Don't Hold Back. TC and Distorted Minds remix from Mercury. 9. Number 9. Jaydan, Gun Salute, Smokin Riddims, up 1.
8.
Demo and C's Ladies Night, Human Imprint, Non-Mover. 4, number 1, DJ Friction and New Balance, Robocop, the Taxman remix on Playaz, down 4.
6.
Number 6, Shimon versus Sparfunk, the Smoker on Audio Porn, down 1.
5.
Original Sin, Don't Be Silly on Ganja Records, down 3. 4. Number 4, J Majik and Wickaman, the Fleshwound, G-Dub's remix on Viper, new entry.
3.
From the compilation album Dillinger and Valve Presents, we have Friction 3rd Degree Gurns on Valve Recordings, second highest new entry in at 3.
2.
Number 2, great to see this one in, Jonny L, Oh Yeah, Mr. L Records, highest new entry this week.
1.
From the EP Dimensions on Ram Records. Number 1, again, Chasing Status. I'm going to have something brand new from Strace. From Straight and Chasers. From Chasing Status after this. And it's a killer, trust me. So number 1 this week, Radio 1, One Extra, D&B Chart rundown. Andy C and the Ram Records crew, the Dimensions EP. One, the Dimensions EP. Right, with no further ado, there's not even no point kind of going through the whole big up thing with this guy. But he's made a major impact on the music, or what I love about drum and bass. We've got him in the house. We've got the one and only, the mighty Calibre.
How you doing, Fabio? You okay?
Yeah, I am not too bad. I'm actually really, really good, and it's great to see you because it's the first time we've had you on the show for like a little while now, man. The last time you was on was a couple of years ago when you had Second Son coming out, yeah?
Yeah, it's going to be about 2 years ago now, I think, yeah.
Yeah, for real. So now, what you been doing in the last couple of years, man? A brief summary of what you've been doing, man.
A brief summary. Well, we had the Mystical album coming out. That took about 10 years to complete. I dealt with that then for about a year. That took up about a year or two, and then the Shelf Life album came out, which was just a collection of tracks that were sitting around for a long time, and I needed to address it and bring it out. And then the Overflow album is something that I've followed on to after Shelf Life. I feel like it's a little bit of a comeback to dance floor, and I've introduced new angles with this album. So I've come sort of full cycle with Overflow album. So I've just been busy writing music and trying not to DJ too much, you know.
What do you find that's kind of? Do you find it a bit off-putting? Do you find it gets in the way, or do you find it influences what you do a bit too much, or both?
Well, I mean, all I can say is that the Overflow album was written whilst I took time off, so there's definitely benefit there to get away from it, and you need to have time to incarnate yourself in different ways, and I think that's part of the journey of music. You need to be able to reinvent certain parts of yourself, and it's very difficult when you're traveling all the time and you're considering the dance floor in such a narrow way all the time. So I think it's very beneficial to take a little bit of a time off from DJing, although I do love it and loathe it at the same time. But it's for me, it's a little bit of a different journey because playing this sort of music, the style that I do it's always been a bit of a battle. For sure. To educate people. So it's not been easy over the years.
Do you think, because sometimes I go to places and I think, well, why did you book me? Because I don't really know what you really want, man. Do you ever find that? Do you ever find that people don't really get what you do, or not really because you're Calibre and people relate that kind of sound to you? Or do you get a bit of both?
I try not to do that now because I've had a few years where you tend to find places that that are good, and you tend to go back to them. And there's always the rave things that come up, and you get put in between guys that you wouldn't normally play with. But once in a while, it's okay to do that. I guess there's something to learn from it. But there has been some occasions where I have been scratching my head. But it's part of the journey of traveling around the place. You're never going to have perfect nights everywhere. So it's to be expected. You're going to have some downers.
Do you have a love-hate relationship with DJing? Because the one thing about DJing, when it goes well, there's no other feeling like it, really, is there? Well, when you go to a place and you play and the people are totally on your level, and you have them in the palm of your hands, man, that feeling is something special.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful feeling because you feel like a saint walking out of the building. It's really you don't need anything more, and I think it is something that is excellent. It's a really beautiful part of the job, but sometimes hey, I like to write music, and I like to be in control of my own environment. So I guess. And when I'm DJing, I guess I put myself out to the winds a little bit,
Yeah, for sure, man. Anyway, listen, the first track we're going to play, it's a really special track. It's from your first album, Music Concrete, that came out on Creative Source, and that was an incredible album because I had about 200 tracks to pick from because you was like incredibly prolific. And this tune you're singing on this tune, right?
Yeah, this is well, I remember telling you this when I'd done it years ago that I'd almost half sung this song with a blanket over my head and about 10 beers. So it was always really embarrassing for me, but it's taken me a long time to get to the stage where I want to use the vocal properly, but this is one of the first examples of it in my music,
I know you used it a lot on the new album, man. We're going to talk more about that after checking out one of your first vocal experiences. We have got Calibre in the studio with us, the great Calibre. From the first album, his debut album, Music Concrete, this is the wonderful Deep Every Time. It's Fabio, it's Radio 1, it's the Drum and Bass Show.
The Radio 1 Drum and Bass Show with Fabio.
Deep every time, 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 every time, every time, every time, every time.
There's no other place for drum and bass.
Deep every time, deep every time, every time, every time, every time, every time, deep every time, deep every time, deep every time, deep every time, every time, every time, every time, every time, deep every time, deep every time, deep every time, deep every time, every time, every time, every time, every time, deep every time, deep every time, deep every time, deep every time.
Drum and bass. Radio 1. Deeper every time, we get deeper all the time.
From the album Music Concrete, that's Deep Every Time. In the studio we've got Calibre, a guy that has just finished his third album, and we met years and years and years ago in Dublin at a club that was owned by you too, wasn't it, Dom? That club was owned by Bono, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was it called again?
The Kitchen.
That was a place though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was nice in there. It was my introduction to the Dublin social experience.
The Dublin social glitterati, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, guys like Brian and Razor, who's still going, big up to Razor, and all them guys. And when I met you, didn't I meet you, you was doing a PA down there, right?
Yeah, I was, you know, some of the tracks on Music Concrete were recorded on the 8-track, you know, and they were the same tapes that I was using to play out, you know, because obviously I didn't have money, so I couldn't, you know, pay for the plates and so forth.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
You know, I ended up having to take this stuff out live and play this stuff live just to see the reaction. It was just a tester for me. It was the first time I could experience what the reaction would be. So I ended up playing this stuff live and playing off an old 8-track tape.
Wow.
Which was not fun, but
but it's very inventive. You know, that's showing a lot of enterprise, Dominic, man.
Well, you know, I was talking to somebody the other night about the first single, and I actually the first tunes that I released on vinyl were actually made on a keyboard sequencer and improvised through the arrangement. All the drums were played, and then I had to take this keyboard in and I had to take it into college, and they had a sampler in there, like one of these old school samplers with a floppy disk, and I played it on this sample over the top of this tune, and that was the tune. You know, I'd played all this stuff live. You know, so it wasn't sequenced.
That is incredible.
Yeah, there's some. I've had some education, you know, through toil, I think.
No, for sure. And you know, some of the best things come out of toil and come out of like having minimal amount of equipment. I remember back in the day we used to splice tapes together to tape radio shows, or some of the pirates. I used to splice the cassettes together so you wouldn't hear the voices, and we used to do mad stuff like that, man. But you know what, I've been kind of told I talk too much nostalgia on the show, so we're not going to go that much back in. But listen, you were born and raised in Belfast, man, so that must have been really difficult, because you know the time you was like, you know, at the time the Troubles were going on, and how did you find a way around that, man? Was there a club scene in Belfast in the 90s, or how did you find your way about stuff, man?
I think there was, you know, I was very early age, you know. I realised that there was something going wrong, you know, and I knew from a young child that everything was separated, and you know, as you go through school you adopt certain ideals and you get rid of them, and you tend to evolve. And I came from my mum and dad were Catholic and Protestant, so I always had a head start, you know. Love conquers,
that's incredible.
Love conquers all.
Yeah.
And so I remember going to clubs, and this was the first time that, you know, because I went to Catholic school and I would see these Protestant kids for the first time socially, you know, so it was at the raves where you'd see this, you know.
So, hold on, sorry, because is that quite rare to have a Catholic?
Not anymore.
No, right, okay.
It was at a time and stage, you know, whenever punk rock came along, for instance, you know, it was something that people gravitated to, because
for sure.
You know, people don't necessarily want to take sides in those things, and they want to, there's more important things in life generally, I think,
course,
you know.
Man.
So I think dance music was definitely something there that brought people together, you know, and I still think it's a significant
barrier.
Fact,
yeah,
you know?
no, it probably was a pivotal moment, you know, because you know, I remember growing up and dance music came along where there was a lot of disaffected youth, and you know, people came together, and I tell a lot of people it's helped stop racism and stuff like that, man. And you know, I know the young people going to Belfast towards the end of the Troubles were so kind of felt alienated from that and just wanted to party, man.
Yeah, I think it was. I think people just had other interests, and you know, this stuff didn't seem to matter as much to the generation before, you know. But
yeah.
I always have to be really careful talking about this stuff, because obviously I lived there.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah. And let's get it straight, you know, not everything's 100%. You know what I'm saying? So I know exactly what you're talking about. Anyway, moving on to the new album. You said you reinvented yourself to a degree. What changes have you made from the last album? Was you happy with Second Son album?
Yeah, I mean, Second Son was very deep album, I thought. And
do you think maybe too deep?
Not really, because I don't really think you can get too deep, because I think it's just a case
state of mind, man.
It's just I mean, if you're gonna supply music for a dance floor, and you know, the dance floor has to do this and it has to do that, it sort of becomes a bit narrow. But
yeah,
Second Son was a very deep album, and with Overflow I thought, you know, I could maybe try and have a variance of the harder stuff and some lighter stuff, and also introduce the vocals, introduce the live drumming, and even the art for the cover. I drew the cover on a journey to Melbourne, I think, in Australia, and I was having bad times on planes, and for me to get out of it was to draw and
Wicked.
you know, just to get my mind off the stress of traveling. So this is what's come out of it. So the actual album's like a collection of different elements that I've never brought together before.
Wicked.
And with the vocal thing as well, and hopefully, you know, people, you know, can hear this in the music, that there's something a little bit unique about it, you know. So
oh really? What you kind of have a few Jim Morrison kind of moments?
Well, you know, it's whenever you start to use your own voice and you start to layer things, and you start to discover a little bit how, you know, how
things
you
work,
put words in, and
yeah, no doubt.
And I mean, I was reading a lot of prose, a lot of books, a lot of Hemingway and Bukowski, and people that were basically talking about life in the written word in a sort of ordinary way. So this was something that appealed to me lyrically, not so much.
So it's a spiritual thing as well for you, man.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, personally, music's is something that's given me a pretty good life, and I think there's some parts of it where you think, you know, it's seen you through these things. So you gotta look beyond just the music, and I think to influence what the music is, you know, and this is what I've done.
Incredible stuff, man. Anyway, listen, I'm going to play something. You know, I know you must have been crazy having to work out what tracks to put on the album, but this is a track that I absolutely love, man. From about 14 months ago, I know you can't even remember making this tune, man, but this is one of my favourite Calibre tunes of the past few years. We have got... this tune, the strings on this, killer. We have got the mighty Calibre in the house. He's going to come up with a mix for us real soon. We're talking about the album, the forthcoming album. He's going to be featuring a lot of those tracks in the mix, so it's going to be, I tell you what, do not miss that. Listen to that by any means necessary. It's Fabio alongside Calibre on Radio 1. It's drum and bass. It's Saturday night. It's Sunday morning.
The Radio 1 Drum and Bass Show with Fabio.
track you can hear in the background is Calibre and Model Way. Can you remember making that tune then, Dominic?
To be honest, no, I can't. But for the Overflow album, where there was 120 tracks that were written, and I'm planning to merge it with a down tempo album that I'd written about 80 or 90 tracks for. So it's a bit difficult after a while. You have to. There is moments where you can remember doing certain things, but there's a lot of blurs.
Yeah, for sure. Studio is like your salvation. Do you think you're in a better place, or you think you're more attuned to making an album now than you was for Second Son? Do you feel happier in yourself, in your soul?
Yeah, I think so. I think the importance of the actual music and the process of writing the music is something that's been really apparent to me over the last couple of years, and I'm really thankful, to still be able to do it, and for people to like my music. There is no feeling like it for me though, and to be able to go in there and in this environment and let my mind just go and write this music, no matter what. For me, it's all about finishing the picture as well, and even if it's rubbish, I'll still finish it.
Yeah, for sure. So when does this salvation come about? Because I remember the last time I was speaking to you, when you came on about the Second Son album, you was a lot more cynical about everything. You seemed a lot more, not depressed, but you just seemed a lot more down. Now you seem to be in a totally different place. Do you know what? Maybe age has got something to do with it as well, man. You get to an age and you start feeling a lot more happy with your lot. What happens, a lot of people don't understand, like, once you get older, so much other things start happening in your life to kind of draw you away from certain things, but the opposite seems to have happened to you. You seem to be redirected, probably in the right direction for you, man.
Well, I think that's the key is the experience of the age really in life, and there's a hell of a lot worse things out there, and
no doubt, man. Of course,
with music it becomes it's funny the way it worked, because it started off as this amazing discovery, and then it turned into this. It was almost a headache for me after a while, but now it's come full circle again.
Full circle, so, of course, man.
I really, the experiences of life are so much worse than what it is that we do in terms of music and writing music and getting by with this thing that we've got, So it's really, I just think it's very important to realise that music is still very important, and seemingly these days...
Still very relevant, man.
Yeah, these days it seems to be tougher to get that message out to people, No,
for sure. So do you feel that, this album, for you, does it feel better?
Yeah, yes and no. For me, it's more. It's like an introduction of what I'm going to do next, as much as what I've just left.
Yeah, of course.
So it's a transient feeling whenever I listen to the album, because I think it's moving between a lot of things. It's moving between a lot of influences, and it's moving to places where I might go to. So
okay, that's I'm feeling that.
Yeah, that's what I think albums should be. They should be a journey anyway. There somewhere at some point. So
of course, man. Yeah. That's why, I remember Goldie after Timeless, when he done this amazing album, what was so difficult for Goldie was his whole life was in the album up to that point, do you know what I'm saying? And it was so hard for him to go back and create something different that, he really had to reinvent himself to get back to his best. Do you know what I mean? You have got to reincarnate yourself, and me as a DJ, I have to do that, because you get older and the crowds get younger, but you have to keep your head in the game, and you've got to keep your focus so right. And the second you let that slip, man, you will slip as an artist or as a performer. That happens, man.
Yeah, I think it's also like, for albums, you gotta have that sense of discovery. You gotta have this feeling where you can do something new, and with using the voice and the drums and whatever else is on there, this is what it brought me, was something new and undiscovered territory.
So have you had any other hobbies recently? What, you doing anything different?
Hobbies?
Doing a bit of gardening or going to the gym?
Let me think. No, I don't think so. I generally just read a lot, and
reading's good, man. So you're reading Hemingway and Bukowski. That's deep, man.
Yeah, well, I read a lot of the stuff. Even I like to read a lot of the philosophical stuff, because I didn't read for many years, and whenever I started to travel with all the planes and the flights and all that, I needed to find a way to take my mind somewhere else.
You're not 24 on DVD, no.
not that sort of thing. But I needed to go somewhere else. Really,
of course, man.
And books are a really great way
man. It's a good way of travelling through certain emotions, man, reading books, man. But anyway, listen. You're going to have to get your mix together as well, man.
Yeah.
Before we play the last track, is there any kind of what's your MySpace, man, so people can
I think it's MySpace, sigrex.com. But if you stick in Calibre, you'll pretty much find it.
You'll get it, man.
Yeah.
So listen, this is the last track we're going to play in your little segment. This is a old school track from one of the great drum and bass labels, Logical Progression. Why did you choose this track in particular?
Well, it's around that time that that drum and bass it had evolved a little bit, and it suddenly became apparent that you could use soul music, you could use reggae, you could use all these different elements that surrounded the music anyways that people were listening to before this. So that this sort of music to me was like it was more expressive, than the more rave stuff, So this to me opened up my eyes and made me think that this could be possible to do other types of music.
Yeah, for real, man. A wonderful track to choose from the legendary Logical Progression label. This is Cooling Out, LTJ Bukem. Right, straight after this, we're going to have Calibre in the mix. What a moment, man. Big stuff. We still have D&B on the BBC before the end of the show. Still got the Spring-Summer collection to finish off also. Lots of things going on. Remember, it's Fabio. It's Radio 1. It's Saturday night, Sunday morning. We've just got started. Big up to my boy Phil. Pushing those buttons and making it all happen. Making everything sound clean. This is how we do. special moment now. We have Calibre in the mix.
It's a UK thing. It's a worldwide thing. Drum and bass on Radio 1.
There's no other place for drum and bass. Radio 1. Radio 1. Radio 1 Drum and Bass Show with Fabio.
Fabio, the award-winning Radio 1 drum and bass show. We have a special guest in the mix. It's Calibre.
UK drum and bass. It's Fabio on Radio 1. Fabio.
Filthy, dirty, grime, heavy, messy, gully, deep and dark, drum and bass.
Radio 1. Radio 1. Liquid funk, sound of Fabio on Radio 1. Fabio.
Radio 1.
Many thanks to Calibre in the mix.
Thank you.
It's been emotional. Wicked stuff, Dominic. If you want to catch track listings, etc., listen again, go to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1. go to my page and you'll find all the details you will need to know. So Dominic, when is the album coming out, man? What's the release date?
We're looking at 20th of April for the vinyl, and for the CD is going to be maybe a week or two later, but very, very soon, no?
Wicked, man. And what about Signature, the label? What you got coming out?
Well, we're going to do like a limited 10-inch release of some of the non-drum and bass stuff on there.
Okay.
There's an EP coming up called the Roundhouse EP. And I've just got so much material sitting around. I have to think about it, I guess.
What about Shelf Life 2, yeah?
Well, I could do a Shelf Life 3 probably.
Yeah, no, you could do a Shelf Life 10, to be totally honest with you, man. But you're still going through making loads of tunes in a week. How much tunes do you make in a week, man?
On a good day, I can still pump out about 3 or 4.
On a day? In a day?
Yeah.
That is incredible. And then what about your equipment? Have you upgraded?
Not spectacularly. I've still got a desk that I use, and I use a modern sequencer, but it's not changed that much, you know.
Okay, and you've done the Mystical album. How was that received? Was you happy with that?
Well, for me it was I guess it was hard working, traveling, touring, and then we had to write this album between, which is 3 individuals. So
of course, man, which is real difficult.
Yeah, people don't realise how hard it is to do that, and keep some consistency, in the music. But I was glad to get out of the way. Sorry, Lee and Marcus, but it was nice to get that finished.
Done, over and done with, man. Yeah. I know what you're saying. And something apart from drum and bass quickly, man. I know you're a big lover of Liverpool. The Champions League game coming up this week against Chelsea. You played Arsenal 3 times. There's so much things going on at Liverpool behind the scenes as well, man. It's been an incredible year of ups and downs for Liverpool, man. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird story there, really, though. But I think it's another example of the religion of money. And Liverpool are a great football team. They've got a great story there, and I think it's a bit of a shame the way it's been sullied. I can think of that's the only word I can think of. That's a good word, man. Sullied. I like it. I like it. Yeah, man, but still, out of adversity, they're just doing their thing, and if they end up winning the Europeans this year, which they could do, they're a great European side, and I don't think you want to play Man United in the final, though.
No, but it could be perfect, and it could be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
If it's Man United, if they win, perfect, but if they lose, the worst. So.
All right, Dominic, listen, it was great to have you on the show.
Thanks.
Can we catch you anywhere? Are you spinning anywhere kind of like that you can tell us about, or are you going to be laying back and just seeing what happens with the album for a little while?
Well, I haven't really organised a tour or anything for it, because I'm going to take some time off for this year. I'm going to write some stuff and stay at home with the family. But I'm going to be DJing sort of sporadically. You'll see me popping up now and again, but not too often.
And you came down to Swerve the other week, man.
Yeah.
And that was great. You was well received down there. Everyone loved your set. It was great stuff, man.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And we were talking about it earlier. It's the End is one of those. It's a challenging place to play.
No, it is. And it's very in your face as well, man.
Yeah, and
no hiding place.
For me to walk out of there and feel good about it, it was really good. Really pleased with that.
Great stuff, Dominic. Listen, best of luck on the road. The album is absolutely wonderful. Another work of genius. And safe journey, man, and we will catch up soon.
Okay, Fabio.
Thank you very much, Calibre.
There's no other place for drum and bass.
Many, many, many thanks. What a lovely guy. Calibre, remember the album Overflow is coming out in a couple of weeks. Please check that out. If you're a real connoisseur of D&B, you will absolutely love the album to pieces. Still a lot left on the show, man. We've got a lot popping off. We've got a lot to do in a short space of time. And first of all, I'm just going to go and do this.
Hi, my name's Pete Tong. It's showtime. On my show, I play pretty much anything you can dance to. Predominantly house music, but anything really, as long as it sounds good to start the weekend. I find new music everywhere these days. It comes on my computer, it comes on my phone, it comes to my front door via bike, cab, and of course the postman. The feeling I get playing in a club can be quite amazing. I mean, I can play the same 20 records in the same order, 100 nights running, and every time it will be different. 1,000 things can go right or wrong. If I was in a band, I would have to be the drummer, because that's what I used to be when I was a kid. My show goes out on Radio 1 Friday nights between 7 and 9 p.m. I almost feel like the Pied Piper preparing the nation for the start of the weekend.
Radio 1.
The legendary Can't Go Wrong with Pete Tong. He's even in the dictionary now. It's all gone wrong, Pete Tong. Great stuff. Check him out. Legendary guy. Got one of the best shows on radio. The mighty Pete Tong. Known him for like years and years when he used to work at Def Jam. Big up also to some of the old greats. Big up to Paul Oakenfold. Great DJ. One of the first DJs to ever really show me the power of this music. Also Evil Eddie Richards, Colin Favor, Colin Dale. Real blast from the past. D&B on the BBC coming up real soon. We've got the mighty Zane Lowe. He's chose his favourite D&B track. Do not miss that. Also going to be telling you about Radio 1's big weekend. That's coming up real soon. Going to be giving you scan details on that. That's all in the bag, baby. It's all in the bag. It's Fabio. It's Radio 1. This is how we do. Brand new random movement. In the background, you can hear Peo straight out of Brazil with the random movement remix of a track called That's What We Do. And this is what we do. Each and every Saturday we do our thing, drum and bass on the radio, 2 till 4. But drum and bass is played throughout Radio 1, including One Extra as well. So we've given you a little taste of D&B on the BBC in the past. We've had Nerman Decode from the Asian Network doing their thing. One Extra's Chrissy Chris. The First Lady of Radio 1, Annie Mac. She came on the show last week and gave us a track from Mr. You know, everyone's really clued up on the Radio 1 about drum and bass. It's not like being at other kind of stations where they wouldn't have a clue what we're talking about. We could never do this on any other station. And the biggest station in the world, we've got D&B on the BBC. This week, we have a presenter that I had the pleasure of doing a battle with and kicking his ass. A few weeks ago, man, I played Shook Ones and burnt him, man. But he is one of the great presenters of our time. To see this guy work is absolutely outstanding. He's an astounding presenter. He's on top of his game. And he's swung by, and this is what he's got to say.
Hey, what's up, Fab? D&B on the BBC. My name is Zane Lowe. You know, I got to be honest with you. When I had an opportunity to come on and pick a record for your show, I had to say it kind of poured a little salt into the wounds after, you know, you royally trounced me on my show Versus a couple of weeks back, and you gave me a proper whipping. But now it's a chance for me to pick a record and kind of regain a little bit of credibility in the eyes and ears of your audience. So I'm going to choose a track by Blame, which we played on our show, which is wicked. Just a really beautiful emotive string line. We were trying to work out whether perhaps it bears more than a passing resemblance to Björk's hyper ballad, but that's just us being spotty. At the end of the day, it's beautiful, really lovely, rolling slice of D&B on the BBC. This is Blame. Cheers, Fabio.
Radio 1.
Selection this week is the wonderful Stay Forever by Blame, which is universally acclaimed across Radio 1 as being a bad tune, and we like that because we bought that tune. So big up to Blame. Remember, that is forthcoming on Charge Recordings, Mampy Smith's label. So big up to you guys. Hopefully get Mampy in quite soon, man. Hard character to track down, but you know, Mampy, if you're listening, we need you in there, boss. Right, Facebook now, we've got the fan site up and running. We've got 1,041 fans now. which is good because a couple of weeks we was talking about 300s, which ain't a good look for me. That's no good. We've got to be hitting thousands and that kind of shizzle, right? And on the page, we've got some real fun. We've been doing a lot of kind of fun stuff in the studio with Eveson. Also, Jonny L. You've got to see Jonny in there, man, because he just looks like, damn, the camera's on me. He's just frozen, totally. And you got to see it. It's a wonderful thing to see. And we're going to be adding loads and loads of new bits to that. So the fan site is popping off real big. Next week, we want to be hitting near the 2,000 mark. The 1,041's good, but it's not good enough for me, right? So Facebook shouts this week. Luke Chowdhury in Leicester, Mark Speakman in Manchester, Nathaniel Tabret in Bristol, Alex Mosman in New York, John Everett in Bermuda, and Anton Toshar in Estonia. So thank you very much. Keep those shouts coming in. We'll definitely read them out. And thanks to everyone for logging in and being a fan of the show. Right, we haven't got long left. Going to be telling you about the long weekend Radio 1 are doing. We're just kind of like getting a few things prepared for that. Also, many thanks to everybody who came down to the end and checked out my 4.5-hour set the other week, which was crazy, man. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Played from 2 till 4:30. And I tell you what, man, drum and bass does need more people to express themselves as DJs, because I tell you what, it's a wonderful feeling playing for that long. So thanks to everyone who gave me love. Big shout going out to Kareem. Also to Raf, to Tony, to Karina, to Sarah, to Oshi, all my Swerve family for coming down and supporting. Also Marlon, Darker, the whole crew. Brand new remix, Ronnie Size Business. The New Tone remix of It's Jazzy. Big up to Brian and the whole crew. And next week, we got the B-Traits in the house. One of the hottest up-and-coming DJs out there. We will be representing because we catch them before they blow. It's Fabio. It's Radio 1. Big. sound of Style Control, my boys out of VA. Big up to Kelly and also Will Miles. Liking that, lads. I'm liking that. Before that, you had a brand new remix of Ronnie Size, It's Jazzy. I'm feeling that. New Tone. Need to get New Tone in there sometime soon as well. He's got an album dropping. Big year for albums. For sure. Haven't got long left, so I need to tell you about the Radio 1 Big Weekend. Radio 1's Big Weekend is coming to Moat Park, Maidstone, Kent on the 10th to the 11th of May. I listen to Chris Moyle's show tomorrow from 6:30 for the full lineup and registration details. You'll have 7 days after that to register for your tickets. Previous years, I've seen acts like Rihanna, Scissor Sisters and Kaiser Chiefs, so that's big shizzle. This year it's going to be bigger and better. BBC will have an extra stage so that there's 4 stages of live music. Last year, almost 500,000 people applied for tickets. That is crazy. That's crazy love, man. So this year, around 30,000 of you lucky people will get a chance to go. It's a hot ticket, man. For more information on Europe's biggest free music festival, remember it's free and it's big, go to Radio 1 online, bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 for details on that. If you press your red button on your TV now, you can see highlights from last year's Radio 1's Big Weekend in Preston. As I said, this one's going to be at Moat Park in Maidstone, Kent, from the 10th to the 11th of May. That's going to be big things. And remember, listen to Chris Moyles tomorrow from 6:30 for the full lineup and registration details. Good stuff. I'll tell you what, that is going to be rocking. I'm going to be down there as well, representing, so a bit of D&B on the BBC. You know me, Phil. So we're gonna be doing some stuff down there. I'm gonna get down there early. We're gonna be doing some stuff. We're gonna have a good time. This is brand new from Chasing Status, man. I'm telling you what, this track is gonna tear up the summer from the spring summer collection. Right at the front of the pile like Versace. Track called Take Me Away, man. This track is crazy. It's Fabio, not long left. Gonna end up the show with something real special. So if you're driving along, man, pump them speakers up because you're listening to a world exclusive. First played here, nobody else has got this. Fresh off the press, baby, fresh off the press. wicked. World exclusive. They finished that 2 days ago, man. Ready, prepared, done and dusted. Chasing Status, Take Me Away. That is going to be a big, big, big tune this summer. If we have a summer. That's why this spring-summer collection, you know, we're trying to get the sun out, man. You know, you feel different. Everyone looks good and lots of colours, vibrant colours. Listen, man, spring-summer collection, that's what it's all about for me right now. Carrying on in this vein till the end, and we've got a classic coming up right at the end. Also going to be telling you about something happening. We're going to be playing some sessions that we are doing in Nottingham with the likes of Andy C, Roni Size, High Contrast, all the big cats, the big dudes in the game. We're going to be broadcasting some of their shizzle. Going to give you more details after the next track. Also, big up to James from Detonate. I done a place, a club called Dogma a few weeks ago on a Thursday night. Proper things. Big up to Peter Fine, P Fine, wonderful MC. Also, big up to MC Restless. Yes, Andrew, big up to you, sir. All the Nottingham crew, because you lot love it down there. Really lovely crowd. And also big up to James Detonate, because he's got the whole of Nottingham locked down right now. Right, we have got very little time. Got to play this. It's nothing like the real thing. If you just joined us, where the hell you been, man? It's like nearly 4 o'clock. And you have missed one of drum and bass great producers, Calibre. He was in here with us. We've had D&B on the BBC with Zane Lowe. We've had the One Extra and Radio 1 chart. We've had brand new Chasing Status as well. We've had brand new tracks across the board tonight, dog. And this is one of my favourite tunes, man. Atlantic Connection. Natasha, that vibe I was talking about a little bit earlier. We're talking floral. Talking about Art Deco. No, I'm thinking about Miami, actually. Gonna let this one spin. It's Fabio's Radio 1.
Fabio, 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 Fabio,
The Radio 1 Drum and Bass Show with Fabio. Listen again on the BBC iPlayer, bbc.co.uk/radio.
Nothing like the real thing. Sending one out to the lovely Charlotte. You know that's yours, baby. We have got the One Extra Takeover coming up next. We've got Ras Kwame at 5. But you know, I was telling you about this big thing we have going on with Detonate. We are going to tell you a little bit more about that right now. We have Ronnie Size, who, by the way, is coming in to do a special set for us from Maida Vale on May the 10th. Also, the Regal Shy Effects, the mighty High Contrast, new kid on the block, Alex Perez, and the executioner himself, Andy C. It's all going to be happening at Detonate. Big up to James Detonate. He's going to be making that happen at the Rock City. There's going to be loads of other flavours going on, so check that out. So DJ sets from the likes of Ronnie Size, Shy Effects, High Contrast, Alex Perez and Andy C. You cannot get bigger than that. And also, especially, Ronnie Size coming in to do his thing at Maida Vale with Reprazent. Full click in the house. Check that out, May the 10th. That is going to be big. That's going to be crazy. So remember, from the 18th of May, all of those DJs will be doing their thing. Right, we have come to that time. In the background, you can hear Andy C's wonderful body rock. But you know, earlier on I was telling you about Zane Lowe. And we had a thing called The Verses. It's a wonderful section he's got on his show where DJs come in and you do kind of like a face-off. One tune each, man. And I dug deep. I dug deep. And I found something that I thought, you know what? I need something to trounce this man. Because he's big in the game. He knows his tunes. And I came up with this little gem.